guys aren't about to get an anime review. You're about to get a rant on Juni Taisen and how the series started out so strong and has slowly started to fester into something that is just not that good. Juni Taisen is a show that really surprised me from its first episode. I saw it as being possibly the hit of the anime season, but for the last couple of episodes, I've always had to ask myself in the back of my mind, is this actually good? Or am I still just sort of waiting for that moment that's going to be the equivalent of the first episode of the series? I mean, let's ask ourselves this, guys. Did Snake and Dragon really need 2 whole episodes to their backstory, which ultimately is not really all that interesting, and nor does it even evolve or change these characters or even make them any more likable? The only thing it does is give us this really forced message about justifying their actions by living in this really weird, freaky, post-apocalyptic, war-torn world. It's really strange. They try to make these 2 characters seem like they're like this modern-day Robin Hood, but they come across more as just these low-life criminal profiteers. And it doesn't make them very likable characters, and it doesn't really just do anything for the rest of the series. I want to go back and see what's actually going on in the Juni Taisen. That's the problem. If the backstory doesn't do anything to add to the story and add anything to what's going on, there's no point for it. It just feels like filler. It feels like something that could have been cut out. I didn't need to know any more about this backstory because I had everything that I needed to know in the last episode. There's no need to waste 90% of this week's episode to that. I'd love to say that there's new material at the end, and there kind of is. It's basically Ox and Tiger escaping from the weird, freaky-dicky living hands of Snake. But it has, like, no impact because it plays no role until, like, the last minute of the episode. Frankly, what I'm just trying to say is that this was a disappointing episode of Juni Taisen, and it's made me realize that I don't think the episodes are ever going to get as good as the first one. It was a great first episode. Like, that's the thing. And every anime series needs to have a first episode that's definitely going to bring in a hook. But man, if you don't keep up that consistency, people are going to drop your show without even thinking about it. And Juni Taisen has been annoying me for the last 2 weeks. I've been enjoying it mostly because I want to see what's going to happen. But ultimately, little by little, like, there's some weaknesses in the armor of Juni Taisen. You're starting to see it in the production value and in the pacing of the show, where initially it was fast-paced, and in the last 2 episodes, it has been like struggling to walk through freaking molasses. A giant pool of molasses, 8 feet, can't get a breath. That's basically what it is. I really don't have that much to say about this episode, too. Like, when I was watching it, I just didn't have much of an opinion. You know, I was just one ear out the other. It's basically what it was. Okay, yeah, I get it. These brothers are freaking crazy, and they blow shit up and blah, 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 blah. I get that they give to the poor. It don't matter. None of this matters. That's basically what it is. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Juni Taisen? This episode sucked. Simple as that. It was a sucky episode. It did not work for me. All the backstory I needed was from the last episode. I've said that before. I'll say it again. They didn't need it for this one right here. If anything, at least we finally got to see some of the ice powers, which, you'd expect to see that a little bit more from Dragon, but no. Yes, he does use ice, so it's fire and ice, so that's pretty cool. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know how it's ever going to get as good as that first episode again, which had such a great introduction to the premise, one of the fighters who had a really interesting backstory, which had some just really well done animated scenes, and then that final scene in the end of the first episode with the explosion, and then Rabbit fighting Boar, which had that really surprising shock ending where she gets killed. Like, man, what a great hook that they've never lived up to yet. As it is, I just want to see how it's going to end. So there it is. I hate to feel jaded about this one. It sucks because I really want to like this show. It's just, it feels like they're not really using it to its full potential. There it is. Hopefully I did not just turn all of you guys off. I did not mean to do that. I hate doing negative reviews. But I didn't like this one. Just gotta be honest with you. But I'd love to hear your thoughts about the episode, and you can tell me in the comments section below. What did you think of this episode of Juni Taisen? Did you enjoy the backstories of Dragon and Snake? Who do you think is going to win the Juni Taisen? Do you have any predictions? And do you hope that the series is eventually going to live up to the lofty heights of the first episode? Tell me all your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, stay dandy, baby.